Hi everybody, it's Julie here, and today I thought I was going to share this mini album that I have made, and I'm really happy with it, and it just sort of spur of the moment, and it turned out pretty cool. So I have put together a kit of my own supplies using this paper as sort of a color scheme, and I had made a layout, and then I decided I want to make a mini album with a lot of photos. So yeah, it is 5 by 7. It's held together with 2 rings, and I think they're about 2 inches, and the supplies are just whatever I could find. So the subject of the album is my time working at the writing school, and I had a lot of like portrait photos of the horses, and I decided to put them in here and write my memories about these horses. Now this was 5 and 4 years ago, so I worked there for 2 years, and it was really fun making the album, but also going back and talking about the horses because they meant a lot to me. So yeah, the first page I just wrote that the pictures are from 2013, most of them, and then I have like a sort of like a group photo, not all of them obviously, but some of them. So what I have done here is I cut the pages to 5 by 7 and then mounted the photos because they're not 4 by 6, they're a bit bigger. And then, so I did that for all of them. So the photos are all on this side, and then I wrote and decorated the other side. And I used these Tim Holtz tiny label letters to write the name down here in the corner, so they all are the same. So this is the first horse, and then I just wrote a bit about him and decorated using the stuff I put in this kit. And then when I was almost done, I found I had quite a lot of these little petaloo velvet flowers, and I just went to town and put them on everything. So here's another one, and this is Rambo, and yeah, so I just sort of sat down, started with the pages, then put the photos on, and then went through, added the journaling, then added the ephemera or the embellishments. So some have more and some have less, and it was a really great fun. And I think when you do this kind of album with a set of supplies, with a kit or something, I don't really feel, sometimes I can feel like, oh, I want to save that, or that's too precious, or I don't know. But here I knew everything went together because I had picked it out. I had like a few sets, like these flowers and these craft with white, they're from a Studio Calico kit that I put in here, and I was like, I can use everything here and that doesn't matter. So I think in some way that's sort of kind of, you don't need to think about it, you just use whatever you have in front of you. And it was a really great fun, and I felt like I had fun making the album, but it also really great fun writing whatever I could remember about the horses. And I was kind of surprised how much I remembered, because when I first started looking at the photos, I was like, oh, I don't even remember the names. But then I had written on the back the names of them, but it all came back, and I remember their personalities, and I remember the little the mischiefs they got up to, and yeah, so it's really nice. And having this album just to look back on, very happy time when I was working as a writing instructor, even though it was kind of very short. So it's really nice. And then I just wrote a short caption that it was like one of the happiest times when I was working at the writing school, and it started with an internship in the spring of 2013, and that's when I took all the photos, and then starting to work. And I really enjoyed working with the horses and having lessons with the pupils, and I'm very grateful for the time, and I'm often longing to be back there. So yeah, that is this really sweet little mini album with just random pieces of, not random, but I mean kind of random stuff, and I feel like it holds together quite well, and I'm really liking that I still even though the supplies are from a color scheme, and then some supplies are more like whatever I could find I want to use up and that kind of stuff. I feel like the pages really like reflect the horses. Maybe not this one. This is a very pretty page, and this horse was very evil. No, I'm just kidding. But he did throw me off. I mean, he was a tiny little... Okay, I'm going to tell you one story. Okay, so this is the King of Black, and we call him the King. And he was very old, and he has been like, not hospitalized, but been on bed rest, sort of, because he was lame. And then at some point I was going to get him started to get on be in the riding school again. So I was going to ride him a few times to get his get him going again. And the first time we went up to a riding house, because it was in the middle of the winter, and we were like trotting along, and I was going to gallop him a bit, and he threw me off. This, I mean, he does not have a neck. He's super tiny, and I was like, oh gosh. So anyway, I mean, I think I can tell you stories about each and every single one of these horses. Obviously I can. I don't know if you want to hear them. But yeah, so I'm really happy with this album, and it was really great fun. And very, very easy, because it's just 5x7 pieces of paper, and then 2 holes, and then the cover, I just took a cereal box and covered that with paper. And then 2 rings. So it's very, very easy. I mean, you can do a lot more with pockets and vellum and transparency, and adding more to the edge. I mean, this is just a flat. But I really had a lot of fun making this album, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it too.